Yo, what's good everyone? This is Ayo Boxing from Adiba, and here's my post-fight review for Anthony Joshua versus Robert Helenius. And this was an okay fight. Donya White was supposed to fight AJ, but he tested positive for PEDs, so Robert Helenius stepped up as a late replacement. I see a lot of people hating on AJ and downplaying this win, but you'll usually get these type of performances when you fight a last-minute replacement, so it is what it is. At least Helenius stepped up, and at least AJ stopped him. But there are some things that I like from AJ in this fight. Helenius came out aggressive in the first round, not like how he did against Wilder, but he took the center of the ring and utilized his height and reach advantage. Working behind that European long guard, Helenius was pumping out his jab, which kept AJ at distance and also allowed Helenius to follow up with some offense. Because Helenius was controlling the neutral space with the long guard and his jab, this made it hard for AJ to close the distance. AJ was the quicker fighter in all aspects and was using his jab to establish his own range, but whenever he tried to close the distance, Helenius would step back out of AJ's range. Helenius would win the first round as he controlled the distance and the pacing, but AJ's jab would be the foundation for a strategy for the rest of this fight, because in round 2, AJ would up the tempo with his jab and increase his activity. AJ started jabbing to the body and found success in doing so. This allowed him to land more jabs up top, followed up with the right hand. AJ was able to land a grazing right hand off a jab to the body, and this combination would be a game changer in this fight. In round 3, AJ would increase his aggression and push the pace. He was working behind the jab and was coming forward. Because of the success he was having in the previous round with the body jab, AJ started to feint more with his lead hand, and he was able to draw reactions and set up shots off of those feints. AJ's right hand started to find its mark, but the majority of the right hands weren't as clean or flush because Helenius was stepping back and pulling back. However, by round 4, it looked like AJ found his range because he was landing the jab consistently. Whether it was to the body or the head, AJ was closing the distance regularly behind the jab. He also upped the aggression and the pace of the fight. He started to let his hands go a bit more. Because of this aggression, Helenius was also landing more punches on AJ, landing the jab and a few good right hands, but AJ was in control. And round 5 and 6 would be a repeat of round 4, both an increase in the pace. AJ was letting his hands go more, but so was Helenius. Helenius did find some moments and stood his ground, but AJ was closing the distance on the regular and was landing the more cleaner and harder punches. Helenius began to tie up and clinch more whenever AJ found the range for the right hand and got inside. AJ would eventually end the fight in round 7 with a jab to the body and a right hand to follow it over the top, the same combination that he used and set up and established in round 2. Overall, it was a decent fight. Based on the post-fight interview and reaction, it seems that this win has given AJ some confidence. This is AJ's first stoppage since 2020, and there were some things that I liked from AJ in this fight. He was listening to his trainer, he was working behind the jab, and was using the jab in a variety of ways. He kept his hands up and utilized some good head movement. The feints and the probing at the gloves of Helenius were things that I liked the most from AJ. However, AJ does seem a bit hesitant to commit and was waiting a bit too much. I felt that he could have ended the fight sooner if he committed to the right hand earlier in the fight, but you have to remember that Helenius was a late replacement. Ruiz was a late replacement, and we all know what happened with that fight, so it's understandable why AJ was cautious. But shout out to Helenius for taking this fight. He had a fight last week in a castle, and then stepped into the ring as a late replacement, so that's a true warrior. That's just 1 week rest between 2 professional fights. It looks like the next move for AJ is to fight Wilder in Saudi Arabia at the end of the year, and I have to give credit to AJ and Eddie Hearn because they have been consistent in their plans for this year. But based on this performance, I think Wilder will knock out AJ. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing from Adiba. Hit like and subscribe, and more content is coming your way.